You want to get faster, but every time you sprint, something hurts. Your hamstring tightens up, your knees ache, or you just feel slower than you used to. If that sounds familiar, you're probably making one of these five mistakes that is not only slowing you down, but also increasing your risk of injury. I'm Brendan Thompson, performance coach and physical therapist. I help athletes and adults train, move, and perform better while keeping them as healthy as possible in the process. In this video, I'll show you the five biggest training mistakes that are killing your speed and increasing your risk of injury, as well as what you can do instead. Mistake number one, you're skipping the warm up. Many people think that if you just jog around the field and do a few static stretches, that you're not ready to sprint. The problem? It's preparing you to jog, not to sprint. In order to be prepared to sprint, you need to dynamically warm up and replicate a few sprint specific activities to prepare your body for the task ahead, which is high velocity sprinting. A proper warm up not only raises your body temperature, but it prepares your nervous system for the specific movements that are going to be required from it in order to sprint at a high level. If you skip the skill specific portions of a comprehensive dynamic warm up, not only are you warming up improperly and preparing yourself to run slow, but you're also one bad step away from having serious hamstring issues and maybe more. This one's huge because you can't expect to get faster if you never actually move fast. If your speed work consists of gassers and down and backs, 10-minute jogs, or something of that nature, you're training conditioning and you're not actually training yourself to become a faster sprinter. And with enough training at these slower paces, your body starts to embrace that. It learns how to move slowly and forgets how to produce force at a high rate in order to move fast. So, to train for speed, you need short bursts, you need maximal effort, you need maximal recovery so that every single rep you do is of the highest quality of movement, output, mechanics, etc. Other things that help you move quickly along with sprinting are things like jumps, plyometrics, medicine ball throws, things of that nature. In a nutshell, you just need to practice moving fast regularly in order to teach your body how to move faster regularly. Mistake number three, you're ignoring your sprint mechanics. Not only do poor mechanics slow you down, but they also increase your risk of injury. If your posture, your arm swing, mechanics, or anything is off, even just slightly, you start to leak energy in all these different directions and you put stress on your body where it doesn't belong. Now, I'm not saying you need top 1% elite world class sprint mechanics in order to perform well and stay healthy, but I'm saying that your mechanics need to be good enough that your performances are optimized and your risk of injury is as low as it possibly can be. A common mistake I see is a field sport athlete who heel strikes when they sprint, complaining of hamstring issues. If they can just improve that heel strike just a little bit and go more toward the midfoot or toward the toes, now suddenly the stress on their hamstring is less, and now they're able to perform at a high level confidently, and again, keeping that risk of injury lower. Mistake number four, you're skipping your acceleration and deceleration work. While in track, max velocity reigns supreme in terms of predicting success. In field sports, not only is top speed important, but you also need to understand how accelerating and decelerating can make a big difference for an athlete. In field sports, games are typically consisting of a series of starts, stops, and changes of direction. And if you haven't trained those qualities, you can't expect to be very good at them when it matters most in a big game or a competition. So, incorporating acceleration and deceleration training into your regular training program can not only help you produce force extremely quickly in order to gain space on your opponent or close space on an opponent if you're on defense, but it can also help you decelerate and absorb force more quickly in order to stop and change directions as well. Additionally, many injuries happen when athletes aren't able to stop quickly. This is why learning the skill of deceleration is pivotal so that an athlete can move as fast as they can while decelerating their body under control and then moving on to the next phase of whatever they're doing, whether it be reaccelerating, changing direction to chase an athlete down, etc. Mistake number five, you're training your tail off, but you're not making any time for recovery. In training, we break our bodies down, and then with that breakdown, when you recover, you're able to adapt to that training and raise your ceiling on your performance. So if all you do is train 5, 6, 7 days a week, now suddenly you've given your body no time to recover, and you go into the next week beaten down from the week before. And eventually this begins to compound, and we start to feel little aches, pains, and injuries pop up that if we had just given our body the appropriate time to rest and recover and adapt, now suddenly we might be feeling healthier and have the ability to continue to raise the ceiling on how hard we're training, our outputs, and that kind of thing. Little things that go a long way are things like getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night, hitting your daily protein intake, making sure that you're taking all of your supplements consistently and you're on a good routine, making sure you're going into the training room before and or after practice to address any insufficiencies, mobility, soreness, or other problems that may be coming up so you can get ahead of them, stay ahead of them, and continue to train and perform at a high level. So, in order to move faster and stay healthy, you just need to fix these 5 things. You need to warm up with intent. You need to train fast. You need to clean up your sprint mechanics. You need to train to not only accelerate, but also decelerate within the rest of your program. And then you need to make sure that you focus and dedicate a real time to recovery so that you can not only train at a high level, but adapt and become a better, faster, more resilient athlete. If this video helped you in any way, please do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with a parent, a teammate, a friend, a coach, or somebody else who could benefit from the information that was provided in the video. And if you want to take the next step, join my Skool community, The Athlete Engine. It's where I post training tips, training programs, athlete resources on things like supplements, sleep hygiene, how to take care of your body, modern day recruitment, and so much more. I provide the same insights and resources that I provided to over 4,000 athletes that I've personally helped develop their speed, performance, biomechanics, and health over the last 10 years. So whether you're a parent, an athlete, a coach, or somebody else who's just interested in high performance, learning more about training, supporting your athletes in some way, there's a little something in there for everyone. The link to join is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.